Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Atul Chaturvedi. He's Executive Chairman at Shree Renuka Sugars. Mr. Chaturvedi, hi, thank you so much for joining us. And to sugar first, and the crushing season in UP starts from first week of November. It would be by mid-November when we see Maharashtra and Karnataka get to it. What's your sense, initial calculations on what kind of crop are we looking at? Does this delayed crushing impact in any sense?
No, definitely. Second question first. In fact, the more we delay the crushing, the better would be the recovery. The sugar recovery will definitely improve much better. And as far as the crop is concerned, I think crop this year has been pretty good, whether it be UP, whether it be Maharashtra or Karnataka. So I would not be surprised if we probably have a crop which is in excess of what it was last year. So till now, I was talking to our cane guys yesterday, and they seem to be very, very gung-ho, and they were quite positive that this year our crushing numbers are likely to be much higher than what they were last year. So the rain gods have been Indian for a change, and we've had very good rains, right? And the spatial distribution also has been very good as far as sugar is concerned. So all the fears of the sugar numbers coming down, now I think that's all history. So we should have another good crop. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Chaturvedi, how would you look at the year gone by? And we do understand that it has had its shares of up and down. Couple of things that the industry has been asking for. All of last year has been increase in sugar minimum selling price, revision in ethanol price. That is yet to come. What's your sense on when we could see that coming in? And what's your sense now in the year coming by?
Last year was a very topsy-turvy year. In fact, in December of 2023, when the government banned the cane juice ethanol and B-heavy ethanol, it came as a bolt from the blue for the industry. And the government's calculation was that the sugar production in the country is going to be suffering big time, and with the elections around the corner, they were worried on the inflation aspect. But nothing of the sort happened. And the crop last year was also pretty good. In fact, they probably discounted the late rains which happened in October and November. So we ended up having a sucrose production of close to about 34.5 and about 32 million tons as sugar. The net result of that is that now you are saddled with more than 8.5 million tons of sugar as the opening stock. And this is what has kept the sugar prices under a lid. In fact, I go to the extent of saying that sugar in India has been totally inflation-proof. So the other point as far as ethanol is concerned, so we've been asking the government that you need to jack up the ethanol prices. There's no reason why you should be buying maize ethanol at 72 rupees and making sugar suffer, and buying sugar ethanol at 65 and B-heavy at 60. So I think the government has already lifted the ban, and the allocations for the next year have also been announced. But what is still expected is that the rate revision needs to be announced ASAP. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, because FRP for the next year has already been jacked up by about 250 rupees a ton. So that doesn't work. Yeah, so I think the government needs to come up with this. Yep.
Another thing that, Mr. Chaturvedi, that the industry will look forward to next year perhaps would be the Sugar Control Act. The draft is something that we've all seen. We do understand that you as industry have given up representations as well. What on this can be anticipated now for the year to come?
As it is, sugar as an industry is very, very, very heavily regulated. So honestly speaking, I see no reason why they need to increase the regulation. There's nothing in the sugar industry which is not regulated. So by just adding something more into it, to me, it doesn't make sense. And as it is, we are talking in terms of ease of doing business, and this is contrary to what the government has been saying, that we would be insisting. So I hope this remains only as a draft and it doesn't come into being, because industry has represented quite a lot against many of the provisions which are being likely to be introduced in this. Yeah.
All right, so that's something that we'll keep an eye on. Mr. Chaturvedi, as always, thank you so much for joining in. Well, that's the view coming in that the delayed crushing is actually better for the crop going forward, the recovery as well. So that's a positive there. But yes, there's so much that the industry still desires in the year to come. With that, that's all the time that we have on this show. But Business Lunch will take all the action ahead.